we're live.
Hey everyone, we're about to go live. We're here with Video School Online. Phil's on his way over, and yeah, here we go.
What's up?
Sorry.
Hello. We are going to be chatting about the Photography Masterclass, and we're just gonna let people get here, get live, get happening with us. We got Sam on the other line. What's up, Sam?
Hey guys, how's it going?
We are doing well. Let's just share this out to
everyone.
But what we're going to be covering in this live stream is, well, just talking about the new Photography Masterclass. What is it? What do you get? How do you actually enroll? Who are the instructors? We're all here today. What kinds of things we've added to this version of the course to make it even better, because we've had the Photography Masterclass 1.0 now, which was our most, what kinds of things? How do I do that? Okay, mute that. It's been our flagship course, our most successful course, and we created that back in 2015, Sam and I, and that was a while ago now. So we figured we'd update it and see, how it goes. So Sam, you're in the Bay Area. Will's down here. How's it going? Let me share this. Talk to people for a minute.
Well, it's amazing that 3 years ago we were running around Berkeley shooting this when you lived up here, and now that we're spent the last 6 months of me popping down to LA and just doing all this, traveling around, getting all the content necessary to make a class like this. I think we're 20+ hours so far, and gonna keep adding to it. Gonna keep making this course better and better. We learned so much through that first course, so it's really exciting to be actually putting this out there now and getting feedback from people and seeing what people think, and then going from there.
And we brought on Will as a co-instructor. Will, how was that experience, putting together this class with us?
It's cool. It's been, I think the coolest part for me is just seeing what you guys had to go through to put a class together like this. I think it's rad because we all three come from different backgrounds in photography and even video. And so I think our video experience has really upped the level of your guys' class, but then also I've learned stuff from you and from Sam, and I'm sure it's come across in either directions. But I think between the three of us, we just have so much photography knowledge at this point. It's pretty cool.
It's pretty rad. And so far we just launched this morning, and we were getting a ton of people enrolling in the class. We released it to some beta testers last week, and they were loving the class so far, which is good to hear. Initially, we know that when we launch a course, it's not going to be perfect, and we're going to need to make updates and things like that, but it's good to get that sort of initial feedback. But we officially launched it this morning, and I got to check the numbers, but I think we're about 200 sales in or so from people enrolling, which is awesome to see the response from students who were in the previous class or in other classes of ours and are interested in this new version of the class. So I'm just posting to Facebook so my Facebook friends know about this.
Phil's going over everything, but I think what we're going to end up doing is we have a list of stuff we want to talk about. I think we want to go over what is in the class, stuff like that, basically. Sam, is there anything that you want to kind of talk about, or anything that you're thinking?
No, I'm really just interested to start hearing what people think about this and seeing sort of if there's anything that people just from past classes, or they're just interested in taking this class, want to know more about it, and either we can say that, oh yep, that's in there, or is there something we're still missing. But yeah, no, just excited to get out there and start working on all these other assignments and stuff we're going to be sharing throughout the course.
We've already got some assignments coming in already, and some of the photos are already pretty good. I don't know if you've gotten a chance to look at those, but Phil and I are going through some of them this morning, and people are already making it to the point at showing assignments, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And I see there's 6 people watching right now. If you could give us a shout out, let us know where you're listening in from on YouTube. We can see people chatting. So hopefully anyone who's coming from Facebook or wherever, you can see us, let us know. We see ZX. Welcome. What's up, ZX? Thanks for being here. We're glad to have you here. Man, I haven't done a live stream in a while. I feel like super rusty, but all right, let's kind of dive into, well, this video is really about what this class is, what you get with it. There are links in the description of this live stream if you're interested in enrolling. You can pay $10, which is our launch discount, which is a super low, awesome introductory price. We try to keep our prices low so that anyone can kind of get access to the course. But we also know that's a pretty low price for all the content and support you're going to get with this class. So if you want to help us out a little bit more and pay the sort of show us some love price, there's also a link right below that to pay $25. So if you do that, each of us gets about $7 or $8 for the literally hundreds of hours of work that we've put into this class so far. And we're going to continue to put a lot of time into making this class even better and supporting you as you become a better photographer. So the goal with this class is, and has always been, to help you become a better photographer, no matter where you're coming from, whether you're starting out, you just got a new camera for your birthday, for last Christmas, or a holiday, if you got a DSLR, a mirrorless, a point and shoot, or maybe you're just using your new phone, which has an amazing camera and you want to learn how to take better photos, whether you are, just want to take fun photos of your family, or you want to eventually do this professionally. We tried to create a course that sort of encompasses all of that. Shout out to Fergus from Toronto. What's up? Thanks for being here. You can follow along, kind of see what's included in this class. If you click on one of those links, you don't even have to purchase it, but you can see kind of the content of the class. But we cover the basics of, we start with like the basic principles of photography: exposure, understanding your settings, composition, understanding the camera itself, learning about white balance and color, lighting and flash photography, which was a good section that we added to this version of the course that we didn't have too much in the previous version. And then we have a few sections on equipment. And that's one of the biggest questions, most popular questions we get is, what camera should I buy? What's the best camera for the money that I have? And we tried to create a section that will hopefully kind of walk you through that process. So if you're in the market for a new camera or new gear, there's a few sections that will help you out. And then what I'm most excited about with this version of the class are these scenarios that we've created. So we teach you all the basics of how to take better photos, but then we walk through actual specific scenarios and we do live demonstrations and give you tips for all of these specific types and styles of photography, such as portrait, long exposure, landscape, product photography, low light, sports and action, macro, street, event, wedding, aerial, wildlife, night. And we're going to be adding even more in the future and adding more to those existing sections. So I don't know, Will and Sam, talk about those sections in particular and why you think those sections will really help people out who want to learn those specific types of photography.
I think my favorite part about that is that it's so specific per section, and we dive into that in particular. I think like the portrait section, when I went outside with you and we did some portraits, and like basically we took what your camera would do from an auto setting and then took step by step into how to basically achieve a nicer looking portrait. And then we took the kind of like the bland, boring photo all the way to a professional photo step by step. And that was really cool. I think I would have loved that when I was learning photography, if I could watch a video like that. I think getting specific about a specific situation is like super cool and super good for like learning, especially like from a visual sense.
Sam, did you have a favorite scenario that we shot?
I don't know that I have a favorite. I think what was really cool about the whole process for us, at least, was the three of us all being fairly talented photographers, each in a very different way, coming together and going through every different kind of photography. So from portrait to landscape, wildlife, I mean, all these different subjects, and collaborating and going through this process. I mean, I know that just working with Will on the portraits, I was thinking of things that I knew, but then he would bring up all these other things that I didn't think about as much. And so it's really interesting getting all the different perspectives. And I think it'll be really helpful for people, even if you want to just focus on one area of photography, you can still watch these other sections and learn about the other ones. And a lot of times there's crossover between the different ones, how to light a product to a portrait to, just all these different types of photography. It's a cool way to go through it, and it's also pushed me now to I've been going off on different photo trips to share, you know, assignments and stuff of my own, just because I want to try new types of photography now. You know, after going through this process, I want to try new things and push myself even more as a photographer, which is great.
And that's one of the goals with our classes, to push people to try new things, try new styles of photography. And throughout the class, we have assignments that challenge you to do that. And one of the best things about taking this class on Udemy is that you have these assignments, you can get instructor feedback, you can get other student feedback on your work, so that we build sort of a community within the class to help each other out. Before we go over the rest of the content, there's another cool aspect of this version of the class that we started, which is the Facebook group for the Photography Masterclass students. So this is a Facebook group that we created dedicated to supporting you, to inspiring you, to keeping you up to date. And it's also going to challenge us and push us to create more content and to stay in contact with you as you go through your photography journey and the journey of taking this entire class. So as soon as you enroll, I think it's in the 3rd or 4th lesson, there's a link to the official Facebook group that you can join. So we should be monitoring that, because we have to approve you to actually join. But it's open to everyone. But of course, if you're a student, you get access to the course and all the contests and assignments that we'll be doing and talking about in that Facebook group. After, in terms of back into the content of the course, we go through all of those scenarios, and then it's all about photo editing. And we've created 5, 6, 7 sections on different photo editing applications so far, ranging from the professional, like Photoshop, Lightroom, to the inexpensive or free options that you can use on any computer, like Google Photos or Photos on the Mac. We also cover a couple different photo editing apps that are also free, like Photoshop Express and Snapseed. And we're going to be including some more photo editing sections as well, because one of the things with this class and with the previous version of the class is people like having options for learning different types of photo editors. Not everyone uses Photoshop. Not everyone has a Mac and can use the Photos app on a Mac. So we wanted to create all of these sections, which are very in-depth. It's kind of a complete course within this masterclass on each of those photo editors. So hopefully you find an app that you like using, or if you don't find one, let us know and maybe we'll create a section on that app. And then after you edit your photos, we're kind of working our way through the process of actually taking and shooting photos and then editing. We talk about sharing your photos and growing a business or making money from your photos. So we have sections on how you can grow your Instagram following, your online presence, build a business and a portfolio online, how you actually start a photo business, get your first clients, how much you should charge, selling your own stock photography, whether that's on a stock photo site or on your own site, understanding things like licensing, printing your photos, and a ton of other awesome stuff throughout this course. I don't know, Sam, Will, is there anything that you think we missed in this class when it comes to learning how to take better photos?
I'm not sure. I feel like we went over so much stuff.
That's the right answer.
Yeah. We filmed how many days? I mean, total filming wise, like 7 days maybe.
Yeah, I mean,
and then sporadically,
more, yeah.
and then like weeks of editing and like content building. We have those cool visuals. Sam's been writing articles. There's just a massive amount of content.
Yeah.
Getting to everything, I think. I mean, I don't know. Sam?
I really think that's one of the coolest things for us, at least, is that, Phil has been now with, doing video school online, being an instructor online for so long now. And our photography course has been around for so long that we've gotten a ton of user feedback. And so we kind of knew what people wanted. We knew what things we want to be putting out there, how to improve it. And then even took that a bit farther. I mean, the more we hung out filming these things, the more we brainstormed of ideas of how to make this course really great. We just made so much content. And the great thing too is that our whole plan for the future is to really expand upon all that, is to improve it, to make it better, to stay active with students and all that. So yeah, no, there's so much information out there, and really excited to put it out. How's it going, Winston Luis in Brazil?
Yeah, just shout out to all these other people chatting live. Thanks for watching live. If you have any questions about the course or about even photography or anything in general, feel free to post them in the chat. What's up, Cody, Dinesh, Winston? We still got maybe Ferguson in the house, or Fergus, sorry, Fergus in the house from Toronto. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. So far, I mean, we've got over 200, almost 250 people enrolled in this class so far today. And one of the reasons why we think you should enroll right now is because you get this amazing launch deal of $10 for the course, which is available for the next week. You can also pay the $25 Show Us Some Love price. Both of those links are in the description of the live video. And I just want to say thank you to the 14 people who have paid the $25 Show Us Some Love price. We really appreciate that. That helps us out. I mean, we are able to create content like this and to do this and put out free content that help you become a better photographer because people enroll in the class. So thank you so much for everyone who has enrolled. Will talked about Sam writing articles and things like that for this class. That's one of the things that we did with this class that I think makes it sort of the next level compared to any of the other classes that I've put out. It's just the types of actual content that you get. So in the class, you get your basic video lessons. A lot of it's based on video content. One thing we added a lot more in this class compared to the other class was demonstrations. So instead of just doing like a slideshow or talking head of us like, here's your camera, here's how you control aperture, we actually went into the field for all of those sort of basic concepts and we demoed it and we gave examples of how you used each setting and things like that. So we have those basic lessons. Then we added advanced lessons that are also video tutorials, but they are on a more advanced topic. That was one of the goals with this class, was trying to take it to the next level, to make sure that people who enrolled in it really felt like it was a master class. And we've tried to do that with this class with our advanced lessons. We have pro tips, which are articles that Sam has written that are even sort of next level techniques that can take your photography to the next level. Will made some awesome visual guides that are these great downloadable sort of visual guides that you can use to understand things like aperture or the exposure triangle or depth of field. All of these basic concepts, we put them into a more visual guide. What's up, people on Will's live stream?
We're live on Instagram.
So these visual guides are super cool. They're downloadable. We have assignments. We've got supplemental resources for every section of the course. We include links to helpful articles or videos that we think will help you even more. We have we have photo chats. Gosh, there's so much in this course. We have photo chats where Will, Sam, and I, we kind of sat down. We did these sort of roundtable discussions about a specific topic, like getting our first client or how to buy a new camera. And these are sort of more extended videos where we go into more depth and it's just a little bit more casual. And so having all of these types of different videos and pieces of content in this class, I think makes it very enjoyable to watch for people. So
we did a breakdown of your wedding too. We went through your wedding book and like broke down like all the shots I did in Phil and Isabel's wedding. And yeah, I think that was really cool too. I like that.
Yeah. I mean, all kinds of stuff like that, I mean, we're going to continue to do things too. Whenever anyone has like a question or if there's a topic that we didn't talk about in the class, we'll either create a new video lecture, we'll do a new article, or we'll do another photo chat kind of roundtable discussion. Hopefully that's going to make this class even better for people. So, yeah, I mean,
and that's a really
that's
cool
a lot of
too.
reasons why people should enroll in this class. Sam, how do you think this compares to, I mean, obviously, I think the original version of the class was pretty good. People liked it. Over 150,000 people enrolled in that original version of the class. But I think you could agree that there were a lot of things that we can do to make this version of the class even better. So kind of talk about how good is this class, or why should people upgrade if they were in the original class to this new class?
Well, I think there's just so much more covered in this class. I mean, I do think that the last class did a really good job of getting people, knowledgeable of how to use their camera and how to take good photos and whatnot. But I think what this course does is it just takes it a few steps farther. You can, really get into, the editing programs. It's just, there's so many different layers covered, I guess. So no matter how you're wanting to approach photography, whether it's just learning how to use your camera at a basic level, if it's starting your company, Will and I have had our own company now for a few years now, and so we covered a lot of topics on that. There's just, we expanded upon that initial photography masterclass, and so there's just so much more talked about now. And I think really, even if you took our first class to take this one, you're gonna learn more about the more advanced side of things. You can skip the first, sort of basic stuff. Now you know how to shoot your camera outside of manual mode, but maybe you want to learn more about specific types of photography. Maybe you want to learn how to really get into tweaking and editing your photos. There's just a lot in there. And the great thing too is that because the three of us are working actively, and Will and I work constantly as photographers, we're going to have new content constantly. We're going out on different jobs, and we'll be able to come back to this class and talk about that. We'll be able to talk about different problems we run into in the field, and our own progressions as photographers. And I think that'll be a really great thing with this new approach, is just having more voices in it, I guess.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I think this class will be, or should be, the best photography class that someone can buy on Udemy. There's different online photography classes out there. There's the site, actually, masterclass.com itself, that has these great professional photographers who get on there and put together classes. But there's something different about being taught by people who are a little bit more at your level. We're not speaking down to you at all, and we're here to support you. The masterclass.com classes, I'm sure, are great, and there's also lots of other great photography courses out there. But I think what sets us apart is the support that we're willing to give to you. And especially with this class, that was one of our goals, is to make sure that we are providing feedback, critique. If you ever have a question, we're here to answer it. I mean, our response rate is not perfect, but we try to get back to people within 48 to 72 hours. Usually your questions don't go unanswered for longer than that. So if you're looking for a community and instructors who are there for you, this is a great class for you in that sense as well. We also have competitions that we are running throughout the year. That's one of the other cool things about this version of the class, is we're doing 4 competitions a year now. The last version, we just did 1 competition a year, but it was one of the favorite things that students liked about the class. And so we're actually going to be launching our first competition in May, which is a portrait photography competition. And so if you enroll in the class now, you can take part in that competition. And with that, you get prizes. I don't think I talked about the prizes that we're giving about.
That was like a big thing that you talk about.
Yeah. So in terms of prizes, and hello, everyone who's still watching. If it's people who were here from before, thank you for continuing to watch. If you're new and you haven't chatted to us, let us know who's watching. We'd love to hear from you and where you're watching from. But for the next 48 hours, if you enroll, we're actually going to be giving out some awesome prizes just as a way to thank people for enrolling at the beginning. We're giving out a DSLR camera kit, a cool sort of designer camera bag. We've got a Gorilla tripod that is super handy, great for travel, and a lens cleaning kit. And we're also going to be giving out some of our other courses as well, including our landscape, night photography, street photography courses, and a couple of our other full sort of food photography classes, wedding photography,
portrait photography, landscape photography.
Yep, said that.
Night photography.
Night photography. I don't know if I said that, but all of our other photo classes we're going to be giving out to some random winners. So we're going to take everyone who enrolls in the next 48 hours until Thursday at around 9 a.m. And then we're going to be doing another live stream and somehow pulling those names out of a hat, either digitally or out of a physical hat somehow. So if you enroll in the next 48 hours, you can do that. So if anyone's interested in enrolling in the class, there is a link in the description of this live stream. There should be anyways. There's two options, the $9.99 option. Let us know if you don't see that, but it says enroll now, and there's a bit.ly link right there. There's also a $25 show us some love price. And the reason we include that is because a lot of people actually don't mind paying a little bit more for a class of this sort of length and caliber. And we've put literally hundreds of hours into this class, the three of us. And so for 25 bucks, you can pay us each about $8.33 for this amazing class and all of the support you're going to get from it. So yeah, I don't know if there's any last words you guys have or anything before we sign off today.
Not that I can think of. I mean, I'm excited to be a part of this. I'm actually really excited for the Facebook group too. If you haven't joined that yet, check that out, because I feel like, for me at least, it's easier for me to interact on the go when I'm out in the field. It's a little harder on our platform to do it as quickly. But I think with Facebook, I'll be able to check it more often. We can build a community. I'd love to see the stuff that people are shooting and share things. I think that's going to be really cool. So if you haven't checked that out, check out the Facebook. Check out the Facebook group.
Yeah. Sam, any last thoughts if you're still there with us?
Yeah, still here. No, I'm just excited to finally put this thing out and hear from people what they think. And, you know, I think as we learned with the last one, this is always evolving, always changing. And so to see what parts we can make better for students, you know, the interaction, seeing what students create. Every time we do a photography competition, I feel like I'm just blown away that you know, the students, what they're producing and putting out there. And I hope that with this course we'll have even more of those, that we'll be putting even more of this type of stuff out there, and you know, encouraging people to post their photos more often and you know, see what they come up with. And I hope to, alongside that, be doing that myself, you know, maybe trying out some of the assignments myself and sharing my own photos. But yeah, I had to put out there, and you know, for the people that have stuck through this live chat, thanks for being here and for taking the time to listen to us talk about all this. Yeah.
Cool. And just again, I wanted to reiterate that we're here to make this class better. We know when we launch it that it's not going to be perfect. We've actually had a lot of great feedback from students about minor issues or title cards that were misspelled or things like that we've already gone through and updated. But if you enroll in the class and you find any issues like that, just let us know. Send us a message on YouTube, on Udemy, or wherever to get in contact with us. And we're happy to continue to improve this class. We will be doing a live stream, I don't know, maybe in an hour or so for the students of the class. So we're going to be doing another live stream, just kind of walking through how the class works, and we're going to be doing a little bit more chatting about the competition that's coming up and things like that. So a little bit of repetition from this live stream, but if you're interested in that live stream, make sure you enroll right now, because we'll be sending out that announcement to the people in the class, and you got to be in the class to get that announcement with the live stream link. But I think we'll actually be doing it here on YouTube as well. So if you stay around on my YouTube channel, you might see it.
Ooh, lucky.
Okay, anyways, thanks guys and girls for watching, and we can't wait to see you all in the class. If you do enroll in the class, make sure you chat below, let us know, and we can't wait to help you become a better photographer. All right, bye guys. I'm gonna go unplug and turn off, but
I'll just sit here. Sam, you want to talk?
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for joining in.